Greetings and salutations, my It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by... And this is the Two Nerds Podcast. That was a joke about Peacock.
They're bad.
I mean, like, it's not like they haven't had a while to figure this shit out.
Honestly, the only part that annoys me is that you can't rewind. On first watch, launch day, you can't rewind. If you could rewind, fuck it. Pause it, give them 45 minutes to figure their shit out, rewind, and try again. No, you can't rewind. But also, we won't be providing you a good stream.
But here at the Two Nerds Podcast with myself, Eric J. Chucky, and the boy...
we can give it another shot.
Give me money. Got a Patreon. Got books you could buy. I don't know. Y'all want a t-shirt? I could probably figure that out. Sub to the Patreon. We'll shout you out like Rob.
Rob is cool.
Rob is cool. We always shout out Rob. Thank you, Rob, for being a lifetime supporter. What else? Books. Fifth one's a great jumping on point. Colt Regan. He shoots demons.
Doesn't afraid of anything.
Vampires and werewolves, man. Like, what? That shit's cool. Why are you sleeping on this? Why are you sleeping on this? Hit that like button. Give us a comment. The comments are helpful. Just say something. I don't know. Tell me about your day. I don't care. I literally don't care. I'll read that shit. I'll give it a thumbs up, a little heart. If I feel inspired to respond, I will. Look back at the other episodes. I've done that. In fact, look back at the other episodes. Hit that like button. Leave that comment. I don't care if it's old. I'll go back and be like, yeah, fam, I agree with you. It really was sad how they didn't book so-and-so. Or, I do like this
good
D&D.
Cheese fries.
Yeah, good cheese fries. Anyway, we're here to talk about Money in the Bank
2021. Yeah. So, this was fine.
It had some high highs and it had some low lows.
Yeah, and, the net result is fine.
I don't know. So we watched it last night as of this recording. Live. Perhaps is a better way to say that. And there were some big moments. But there was also a lot of the show that was like, fuck's going on?
Why the fuck do I care about this? Why is this match happening?
Why did this result happen? I mean, maybe...
Why have you made this choice? Why did you wake up today and choose... well, stupid violence?
I guess we can be vague about it all we like, but let's get right into it, especially with a night like Money in the Bank 2021, which I think overall I did enjoy. We're being a little cynical here, but... you know.
Yeah, I mean, there was some good stuff, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking up the good stuff. We generally don't try and bitch too much.
Wrestling is the one place where we tend to go overboard.
Yeah, it is the one place where we tend to be more negative, just because we're both basically lifers, and it's just not that hard, guys. It's just not that hard to not fuck up a wrestling show.
Speaking of fucking things up, you get a DUI, you're 95th, and that means you get to be the tag team champions.
Yeah! We should actually mention, we don't normally watch the pre-show. We didn't hear either. Even if we were out, even if we'd gotten home, we still wouldn't have because it's the pre-show. But the Usos winning the tag team championships is important, notable, because it comes up a couple times in the show, and also because... Sometimes someone's just leading a blessed life.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what they do. They just keep falling into a pile of shit, coming out with a gold bar.
I have a complicated series of feelings on this. I don't necessarily think you should punish talent on screen for shit that occurs off screen.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons I like it.
However, I don't know that you should give them a title either.
No, because that was clearly the arc they were going for.
Yeah.
They were going for the arc of the Usos winning the title, being back together, being on the same page, and of reluctant Uso, signing on with Roman's what he clearly doesn't actually believe, shtick, because it gets him wins, and his brother's into it, and he's trying to keep the peace, and that ends up working well for them. They end up winning the titles. That's what they were going for in the storyline. That's what the characters of Jimmy and Jey Uso are about. What the people are about shouldn't really impact stuff unless one of them is legally obligated not to leave their house anymore. Because, honestly, as much as I keep dancing around because I genuinely don't remember which one is the drunk one.
I mean, they both are, just one is less drunk than the other.
One knows not to drive, which is fine. That's okay then. You've fulfilled the one societal requirement we've given people of don't do this when you're drunk. But his personal life is his business. If they want to separate with him as a performer after because of all the fucking shit and he still can't get straight, okay, then naturally write him off the show, drop him down the elevator shaft like Dr. Drake Ramore, and then.
Which is something that WWE is willing to do with people like Rob Van Dam.
Many
Chris
years
Jericho.
ago. Many years ago.
And
under different management.
I bring... No.
Not Vince.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon is the place the buck stops.
That's fair. But, I don't know why we're mad that they finally decided to make the good decision.
And that's part of the reason I bring that up. First of all, I don't know that handing them the title is the good decision, even if it was in the cards, in the storyline.
Well, because the other decision is just continuing with what they always do, which is punishing people out of in the ring, on screen, for things that the actor does behind the scenes.
If this were the first time, like it was the first time, or the second time, like it was the second time, or the third time, like it was the third time, and I want to say there was a fourth time in there.
This is 5, I'm pretty sure.
I'd be 100% in your boat. I think this issue has officially become fucking complicated, and I question their decision making. That will be the first time, but not the last time, I use that phrase tonight.
That's absolutely fair. I'm for it. You know what?
And I like the Usos, don't get me wrong. I like them more than Rey Mysterio and his giant son.
His normal, regular-sized son, he's just small. But, I like the Usos, I like those characters, and who knows, maybe being champion will cause drunk and driving Uso to just be drunk Uso. That's good, that's an improvement. Good for him. I hope for the best.
Your theory is that he's been drunk driving because of his lack of a championship?
Sure. I mean, it's possible. It's just as possible as it not being the case.
Okay. I hope he gets help. I hope he stops.
Dude clearly needs some help.
Yeah.
His shit is out of control.
This is a level of repeat offense that's troublesome. Yeah. The actual show opened with a women's Money in the Bank. We had such talented athletes as Tamina, Zelina Vega making her grand return, Naomi, Liv Morgan making her grand return,
Natalya,
Asuka, Alexa Bliss with her new music
and new gimmick, which I fucking love, and they've given her a very cool gimmick where Vince doesn't care about it, so he's not gonna fuck it up.
And Nikki ASH,
otherwise known as Nikki Cross. A talented individual, a talented wrestler, and a good gimmick that it should be noted, she decided she was gonna broom in favor of Rosie the superhero in training, but not as funny.
And that was not very funny.
Yeah, I know.
I just need to clarify that for the audience, for the listener. For viewer, if you happen to be here.
Shitty hurricane, if you will. This is a terrible fucking gimmick. I tried that whole match to find upsides or things I liked about it. No. It's a bad outfit with a terrible mask. It's a stupid gimmick. It's a terrible phrase.
Every time.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Exactly.
It's Rosie, almost a superhero. Or Nikki, excuse me.
Or
I
even
literally
just
called her
Nikki
Rosie.
ASH. Like, that's too much. Nikki Ash, that's a fine name.
Just name her Nikki Ash. Just one, broom the superhero gimmick, rename her Nikki Ash, and have her do something that's actually cool. But if you were fucking married to the superhero gimmick, or excuse me, almost a superhero, you know what? No, unmarry yourself. Divorce that stupid bullshit. I hate that. It's terrible.
Just look. If you let her be a superhero,
Just literally, just have her be a superhero. If you're gonna be the Hurricane, be the fucking Hurricane. Don't. What is this almost a superhero bullshit? Stop it. It's terrible. It's a terrible acronym. It's a terrible backronym, I'm pretty sure. And they keep fucking Big Daddy Cool Dieseling it, which makes it more annoying every time because you hear this stupid phrase every time she comes up and does anything. Every move she did in the match, every move, it was either she did a good move, and then she's almost a superhero, and then she got beat up. Well, she is only almost a superhero. That's not funny. That's not funny. It's the most fucking infuriating forced joke. I tried so hard to give this a chance because I love this performer, but Jesus, this is a terrible gimmick. Oh, also she won.
yeah. Way to go, WWE. You made me upset at Nikki Cross winning the Women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, you know what? No, it's not their fault. For once, it's not their fault.
Hey, they gave her the briefcase.
This was her call.
They gave her the briefcase.
They
gave her the briefcase in a situation that looked like Liv Morgan should have taken it. The build was either Liv Morgan or Zelina Vega should have taken it for that feud, and they gave it to Nikki Cross. And Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega weren't involved because of the admittedly cool final spot.
Yeah, it was a really cool final spot that I've never seen before, and it was interesting and new, and that's cool, and you did it with Nikki. I'm done saying it. I'm not doing the bit.
And it literally left 6 women sitting there with, like, big mouth Billy Bass faces as we were on the couch. I
guess they're doing that.
I guess it's over. Well, time to climb down off the ladder, I suppose.
Yeah, it was just...
Otherwise, the action in the match was pretty good.
Yeah, the match was fine. The match was great.
Cool stuff with Alexa Bliss using her superpowers and standing on the ropes for
She actually
5
has
minutes.
superpowers that no one seems to take seriously. Like, Cole was like, I guess she's using her powers, I guess.
I don't.
I actually kind of like that Cole's completely fucking baffled by this. Like, in character, just doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Taking nothing away from any of the women's athletic ability in this match, and 7 of the women's ability to get a gimmick over. I really liked a lot of the action.
Be the fucking Hurricane. I like the Hurricane.
If she was a superhero, I wouldn't give a shit. It's goofy, but whatever. We literally have a supervillain on the other side of the ring. It's fine. But
Yeah,
she's
you
not.
guys, that would be a good feud. That would be a great feud,
If
actually.
she were a heel and she wanted to play Super Cuck, fine. It's comedy. But her name is literally Nikki Not Good Enough.
Why is she Super Cuck and a face? You're right. That's not...
I'm Nikki Not Good Enough, and I'm doing my best. I mean, like, it's inspirational, except for how, exactly. I don't know.
You're not Ms. Marvel. You're fucking 30 or some shit. You're Captain Marvel now. Grow up.
I don't know. I'm not happy about it.
You can tell we don't like this gimmick.
Let's move along to something else great. AJ Styles and Omos retain their titles against Unter and Gunter.
I thought we were skipping to the Charlotte Flair match.
Oh no! No, we've got some crap to get through.
Fucking... So, alright, this whole match, basically...
Was a conversation.
We were arguing. We were politely arguing, but 1, the match wasn't nearly interesting enough to make either of us focus on it. And 2, I don't give a shit about the Viking Raiders. I'm neutral towards them. there's a trend on the internet. Is I don't give a shit about the Viking Raiders, parentheses, neutral. White doesn't give a shit about the Viking Raiders, parentheses, derogatory.
I mean, like, I meant it neutrally, but, like, I believe at the beginning of the conversation you had a bit more, you know...
Well, I was pointing out their upsides. They do got them. They got a cool set of outfits, a cool music.
Yeah, good song.
Cool entrance.
Not anymore.
No, I watched it. It was fine.
Used to be way better.
That's fine. They used to have a great one. It's still good.
My friend, if you're sitting there and you're enjoying that mango Pepsi every day for a week,
yeah,
and suddenly they take the rest of your mango Pepsi and they give you Diet Pepsi,
I'm gonna be upset, but it's still Pepsi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Brooks.
Hey. So, but like, I don't. It was me. The whole match was me trying to figure out why derogatory in parentheses on his I don't care about the Viking Raiders. Genuinely, because I didn't. There's not enough about them to hate. I can't understand having bad feelings.
Did you miss the video package where they went Fred Flintstone bowling just before the match? Where he literally did the twinkle toes and rolled the ball and himself the entire way down the bowling lane to catch the strike in their very important "we can do sports that aren't wrestling better than you" feud with the Street Profits.
No, I saw that.
And then ninjas attacked, one of which was Omos, and no one mentioned it. One of the ninjas was Omos. This happened last year.
The big fella?
The man across the ring from them.
I mean, I didn't notice that part, but I noticed the rest. I saw it. It was a comedy bit.
It was so stupid. Like, these guys, it was so fucking... Like, I like comedy in my wrestling. It's fine.
Yeah, with the...
Like, it sounds like we're shitting on things. I love the Street Profits. I think they're really funny.
Well, yeah, that's the difference, is you gotta be funny.
Yeah.
With us bitching about Nikki and the Viking Raiders comedy gimmick on White's part here, it might sound like we're the sort of funless douche dads who have decided wrestling must be serious all the time and it must be men in black trunks with black knee pads and black boots, preferably with shaved heads, and no other accoutrements, doing stretching moves for 45 minutes, and that is the only pure form of wrestling. We're not that. Watch our last podcast about wrestling. We bigged up the goddamn zombie match. We like funny wrestling.
Watch the dumb shit we do every Thursday.
It has to actually be funny, though, is the problem.
Sable burned down like 5 of the Godfather's houses.
It has to be funny. That's the thing, is if you're gonna do something that's supposed to be funny, you gotta land it. Otherwise, sucking at being funny is way less forgivable than sucking at being serious.
Agreed. I would agree entirely. And the problem here is that Eric and Ivar, it doesn't matter if they're funny because they're pretending to be serious. They're supposed to be these big, monstrous, beefy lads, the War Raiders. And the highlight reel they choose to show... No, they're
early 90s Vikings now, bro. I don't know. They changed the gimmick.
The highlight reel they choose to show coming into this match, where both of them act very serious in the ring...
The whole match. Not funny once.
Is this goofy-ass shit. Otis did a better job with this. And Tucky. That was a better version of this tag team. I'm sorry. You're trying too hard to be something that isn't really a thing anymore, and that's just a fun, big guy team. The comparison I made was they're not as charismatic as the Legion of Doom.
Which is a really mean thing to say, because the Legion of Doom were not charismatic at me.
They're probably more talented.
Yeah.
And I would gather on fewer drugs.
God, I'd hope so. I want them both to live.
And again, I think the Legion of Doom is an iconic tag team. But, the War Raiders are failing, or whatever the fuck they're called now. The Viking Experience, the Viking Raiders.
They changed one word!
No, they were the War Raiders. They changed them to the Viking Experience. One of them had a different name.
And now they're the Viking Raiders?
Yes! And this happened in the span of a month.
Oh, fair enough. I can see why you're confused.
The War Vikings... They haven't bought me in. I'm not into this match. And I don't give a fuck about Flat Earth Styles. And Omos is going to be gone by this time next year.
Hey, you don't know. He could be the next Big Show. He could be here in 10 years. He's not gonna be,
Awesome.
but he could be.
And if he does, I'll be like, you know what? Fucking come check. Two Nerds Podcast 2022 Money in the Bank. Hey, man, my guy Omos, he won. I'm really glad that guy picked up and he got real charismatic. He does really good mic work. I will buy it. I will say, I was wrong. Omos is here. I'm an Omos supporter.
But you just don't
Give
believe.
me Mas Omos.
That'd be one of his things.
We're not getting there, though.
He would say that. That'll be a thing.
He's going to be going in 6 fucking months when AJ Styles is done with him. He's going to wrestle 2 matches on main event, go to the Saudi show so they can go, oh, big, and then that's it. He will show up in AEW to fight Shaq, and they'll forget about him on Dark.
Well, now that Doctor Strange has revealed to us the timeline in which we live.
I am holding up one finger.
I fucking somebody won this match. I don't fucking care.
It was Styles and Omos. They retained their titles.
Good for them. This was one of those ones where, no, the wrestling wasn't fine. This was fucking boring.
Well, even if the wrestling was fine, it was fucking boring. I don't care. Now, the crowd loved it. The crowd was there for AJ Styles.
Yeah.
100%.
A million
The crowd
12-year-olds
loved
AJ Styles.
And that's not just us being mean. Like, I could hear their little voices.
No, like, that's just what it is. A million 12-year-olds and many adults. That's the thing. That's AJ Styles' secret. He spent 15 years on the indies making the adults like him, and then he's the good guy, so the kids like him, so now everybody likes him.
Nah, he's a bad guy.
No. He is the fucking face in this match. I heard the crowd. He's the face. Omos is a heel. The Viking Raiders are both heels. I don't care what the fucking little thing is written on the book. Right. That is what happened in the match.
There was a theme of tonight of Vince McMahon frowning backstage as no one was cheering or booing the right way. Stupid live crowds.
I knew I should have kept... I liked it better when you were gone. Because he did. He did.
I kind of liked how they handled that on the live SmackDown, where he came out and just kind of went, "Where the hell have you been?" And then went backstage.
Like he hadn't even noticed they've gone. Which, to be fair, I would buy, honestly.
You were bigger and more pixelated for a while, I'm sure.
But I distinctly remember seeing you. In between my beat raps.
So,
never not going to be funny.
It is always darkest before the dawn.
So we got like another... The Bobby Lashley match fucking happened. I want to make this clear. I want to like Bobby Lashley.
I do. Now, I like this new gimmick.
I want to like him. I have been trying for many pay-per-view cycles to like him. I've mentioned several times that I don't get it. I don't get why I'm supposed to like him. I keep trying. And the last few pay-per-view cycles, they've done a lot to help me get there. They've moved him away from the incredibly boring Brock Lesnar, but not any of the things that make Brock Lesnar, besides, I guess, muscly. They moved him away from worse Brock Lesnar to a gimmick that was more his own and was cool and was interesting, and he has cool pyro, and he put on really good matches. And then they took him and they put him against literally one of my favorite talents on the main roster WWE, still around today, and they had him fucking annihilate Kofi Kingston. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar 2015 level fucking annihilation of Kofi, whose last title match, lest we forget, was the same thing,
but shorter.
And they had him do it for 7 minutes. For 7 minutes, he beat everything off Kofi Kingston. He buried him utterly. Why? What fucking purpose does that serve?
Well,
who does that get over? It doesn't get Bobby Lashley over. He's a 40-year-old dude with a fucking caved-in chest. You don't look like a big badass by beating on him. That makes you look like an asshole, if anything.
That's why you bring in popular babyface Goldberg.
But like...
Our return to the wrestling podcast may end up being short-lived. We'll see you at SummerSlam.
But like... it made me like him less. it genuinely made me, it took away anything he had built up with at least me personally. And I don't mind that Kofi Kingston lost this match. Kofi Kingston was always going to lose this match. There was a 0% likelihood that he won this match. But this was not how this match should have gone. I wouldn't have even minded if Bobby came off looking fairly dominant. But all burying Kofi this level twice does, all it does, is just do so much to delegitimize the amazing run that he had, and it buries Daniel Bryan weirdly, who's currently not on contract, so fair enough.
You'll notice the replays of the Edge Roman Reigns match from WrestleMania were missing somebody.
He was there in bits.
Was he?
Like,
yeah, you can recognize a corner of vitiligo.
Yeah, you'd see like a boot. But like,
it's very good editing, is all I'm saying.
But it was a terrible match. This was terrible. It was boring. It was too long, and it was stupid.
You know what? Let me play devil's advocate here, and I will announce that beforehand. Because my actual feelings about the match are, that was a bit excessive, and I'm disappointed Kofi didn't get offense. Like, it's sort of a neutral feeling, an actual neutral, parentheses neutral. But as somebody who might get excited about this match, because I've seen several people in the time since who really enjoyed it.
How?
First of all, nobody else thinks Kofi Kingston's ever going to do anything. He is in his twilight of his career, anyway. Which makes sense. He's got kids he probably wants to be with. He had his world title run, you know.
And look, at the end of the day, if this was like something Kofi signed, clearly Kofi signed off on this. He went out to the ring.
Sure.
But like, it doesn't make it good storytelling.
If you are, this is not my opinion. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. If you are actually excited for the prospect of the hero Goldberg coming in to beat up the bad man, Bobby Lashley, then, of course, what a good bad manning of Bobby Lashley so that you're excited to see Goldberg beat him.
Yeah, just that presupposes an interest in watching William fucking Goldberg, the 9,000-year-old beef jerky stick, beat up another full-time talent who they've gone through to all that trouble to build up.
Or Brock Lesnar, for that matter, if you're not in on the rumor mill. There's a lot of people who want to see Lashley versus Lesnar.
Or that, yeah, Lashley versus his superior in all ways clone. Like, oh, by the way, I finally figured out why I never bought Bobby Lashley as Brock Lesnar 2, Electric Boogaloo. Because Bobby Lashley looks like he can think. He looks like a smart guy. He looks like a thinking, reasoning human being. Brock Lesnar looks like a fucking cave person. He looks like Ooga Booga, wear loincloth, beat man. Whereas Bobby Lashley looks like an erudite dude who could probably put together like a chess match, or I don't know, talk to you about economics. Brock Lesnar looks like he's a man who lifts tractors and eats them. There's a difference. And I buy one of those as a big, destructive monster heel a lot more.
Regardless, I think we've had enough of the shit.
Yeah, let's talk about a fucking really good wrestling match.
I wish there was a really bad wrestling match I could make a joke about.
But no, from here on in, it's all pretty good.
Yeah, it's all, well...
Look, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley did battle. First of all, what a great storyline of heel versus heel. What a great way to get that over.
Yeah, I mean, the who is the bigger bastard is...
Yeah, it's classic, and both women did it incredibly well.
Yeah, I loved everything about this build-up. I loved this fucking match. Match of the night, not close, by the way. They put on a show. Like, I would understand having another opinion. For me, match of the night. And it should be clear, there should be extra points there, because Charlotte Flair was in this match, and I call it match of the night. Nay, Charlotte Flair won this fucking match, and I call it match of the night. They did a good job.
It was really on-point wrestling. Lots of cool innovation. Charlotte won very decisively by submission. This is one of those ones where we actually don't have a lot to say because the thing to say is go watch the match.
They did a really good job of telling the story, of having both ladies wrestle heel well without being boring, which is often the problem in a heel versus heel match. They kept a character. They played with they respected ring psychology. They respected the injuries they were mounting up as the match went on, and it was also filled with really cool, innovative spots that I liked. We saw the shit we've never seen before. That was cool. Never seen a top rope version of a future of whatever. What do they call that? What is her move?
I don't know. The Ric Flair cutter.
The one where she like the snapmare, but like she's fucking real wild about it or whatever it is.
Fortune 500.
Sure, that.
It's not in front
I
of
don't
me.
like Charlotte Flair.
You want me to Google? Oh, I'm gonna Google.
No,
this
do
shit.
not Google.
Google
Don't you
it.
fucking do
Google
that.
time with
No!
White Raven.
No!
Charlotte Flair finishers. Let's see. This is on a Wattpad, so we're looking at accuracy here. Spear, natural selection.
Natural selection. That's a good name for that, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I don't like Charlotte Flair, so I don't remember this shit. But she won. They earned that. I do not like Charlotte Flair. They earned that. I think it was the wrong call. Rhea should have won, but like, I'm not mad about it.
Nah. I mean, I don't like Charlotte Flair either, but I don't know. I don't know how well Rhea was getting over. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think Rhea desperately needs to turn face. Look at her. Her whole kit screams face.
I think that I'm probably not going to be watching anymore after next month. Just sort of circling the drain here.
But assuming not, assuming we are, what were you about to say?
I feel like they're going to bring Becky Lynch back, and Charlotte versus Becky is a more star power match.
For SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's...
I think Rhea might need a little bit of repackaging. She was pretty over, don't get me wrong, but if I may be Vince McMahon for a second. Boy, listen to him cheer, Vince. Yep, too bad she's not over.
Yeah, I don't buy that. Didn't buy it when Stone Cold told the story. Don't buy it now. Look at that fucking ring kit. That sells merch.
I'm not saying I don't like her look, her skill, her performance. This isn't me. I just don't know if she's hitting right with them, with us, as it were.
I mean, I don't like her theme music, which is weird. You would think I would, but it's just not.
They say this is my brutality way too much.
I think it's partially that it is brutality.
And they just keep saying it.
This
is my almost a superhero.
This is my brutality. This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is my.
I mean, they say other shit after that, but they just literally the chorus is they just say it too much.
Brutality.
Anyway, the men's stop. Big E, Kevin Owens, ding ding ding.
And then 5 minutes of silence, but we're not going to keep doing the bit. Peacock Network absolutely shit the bed, so we didn't see any of the entrances for or beginning to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
And it sucked all of my energy out of this match. Like, all of it. And that's a damn shame.
Yeah, it was good.
Because what we did see was really, really pretty good.
Which was most of it, to be fair.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It was only 17 minutes long. I figure how long we were watching that match, we probably missed like 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we only missed a little bit. Ricochet was there.
Did some cool Ricochet shit.
Riddle's million RKOs. I liked that a lot.
Let me say, I still hate that he hasn't found a pair of shoes. Find a pair of shoes, you goddamn hippie. But I like Riddle as the guy who takes, like, the inheritor of the RKO. He does it well. He's got the right shapes for it. He did the snake dance. I love me a good snake dance.
He doesn't wear shoes because Helio Gracie gave him frostbite once, and Vince McMahon thought that was hilarious, so he's not allowed now.
You could literally, the words out of your mouth could be, he doesn't wear shoes because he has a very serious medical condition that if he ever wears a closed-toed shoe, his feet will fly off. I don't care.
That's what the birds are.
Wear shoes. Or at least foot tape. Damn. At least put something down there so it's not one long, unbroken flesh tube ending in your wee little foot fingers. I hate all of it. Put something there to break that up visually. A knee pad, a fucking wrist tape, a big goddamn Final Fantasy belt on your calf. I don't care. Put something down there.
You heard it here first. The boy desperately wants to paint Matt Riddle's toenails.
Sure, that, whatever. I don't care. It's just awful.
Anyway, we like to talk while we're watching the matches. I don't often have answers because I don't armchair book for myself. We've talked about this in previous podcasts recently, so I'm not going to go into it. Oh, wait, no, you guys haven't heard those yet. Whatever. Anyway, secrets. I don't like armchair booking because it makes me disappointed for the real thing when it gets there one way or the other. I very rarely armchair book something that I think is worse than what I receive. So when you ask me, who do you think is going to win the Money in the Bank? I said, I don't know. I'd like for Big E to win, but that's not going to happen.
I asked you two questions. I said, who do you think's going to win and who would you like to win?
Yeah.
And you said, I don't know. Anything could happen, basically. They had Nikki.
Yeah, I mean, that really set the stage for fuck. I got nothing.
And then, who do you want to win? Big E. And it's a new day.
There is something exciting, and bless the crowd. Bless the crowd for bringing back all their old chants, inventing some brand new ones, standing in front of Big E and going, E, 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 like an army of Markipliers. It was a glorious thing to see.
Don't you dare be sour. Big E is Mr. Money in the Bank, and I am so fucking here for it. It made me retroactively less mad at the Bobby Lashley match, because I armchair booked a world where Big E gets to be the one to beat Bobby Lashley for his title, he grabs the title, his first championship reign, and vengeance for Kofi. I made that in my own little booking in my head, and that's not going to happen. It's going to be fucking Bill Goldberg again, but it made me retroactively, in the moment, less mad about earlier in the night, because there was a golden moment where Big E grasped the briefcase, and then they let him actually have it, and it was fucking everything I like about wrestling all at once.
I mean, if Big E is Luke Skywalker, and Kofi Kingston is Old Ben, I think that's a good fight with Darth Vader.
Yeah!
But that actually means that while Bobby Lashley and Big E are fighting for the championship, they stop in the middle and beat the shit out of Vince McMahon. I would give you so much.
Stop!
And Vince is just like, what the fuck is going on? Just gets the snot rocked out.
Like, they just both stop and go, wait, there's a bigger enemy here. And then they both march
He's
back
just in his office eating the burrito like it ain't no thing.
And they just beat the ever-loving bejesus out of him and then go back to their wrestling match as if that never happened. That is... I would buy tickets to next WrestleMania. I am not joking.
Then later we find out that Vince McMahon is Ronda Rousey's dad or grandpa or something. I don't fuck. It's fucking stupid. And then Seth Rollins and her are there together now, and
she is all the wrestlers. I am all the heels. I am all the baby faces. The spirit of Bruno Sammartino descending from on high.
This is how you sound, JJ.
Oh.
So this is the other contender for match of the night, and I agree with you that it's complicated because Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley was clean.
Yeah, great.
This match had some shenanigans toward the end, but I don't think they detracted from it. Honestly, it felt like back when I gave a shit about main events. You know, back in like the late 90s or something.
This felt very much like a late 90s, early 2000s main event.
And in a good way. Roman Reigns versus Edge. I had honestly forgotten who was fighting Roman Reigns.
They finally gave them their singles match. Good for them.
Yeah, good for Edge. Fan-fucking-tastic quality.
Oh yeah, real good shit. they did not quite defeat Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley in my book for match of the night, but they did put on a hell of a good match.
I really liked the emotion. I really liked the facial expressions. That little speech Paul Lee gave in the middle of things.
Oh, that speech was so good. God, I'm trying to think if I remember the exact phrasing, because it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. He wasn't on mic, so you might not notice it if you watch it. He says something along the lines of, like, it's early in the match. Roman's on the ropes a little bit, so he rolls out. He's like, nah, forget it. I'm out. I'm leaving. And Paulie comes over and, like, makes the beginning of a speech. I didn't catch the beginning, but then he goes, he's already there. He's a Hall of Famer. It's over for him. Oh God, what would your father do right now? All these people came all this way. Give him a show. Teach him about fear. And then Roman, like, just turns and marches back to the ring and proceeds to do that.
Oh, it was so good. And Edge was so good. It was just a really quality clash.
Speaking of, Edge has in previous matches that I've seen him in, it didn't feel like he was all the way back. This was Edge. This was peak SmackDown for Undertaker Hell in a Cell Edge.
We missed the greatest match of all time in Edge versus Randy Orton, and the one that built a cat exploded. Toward that match, which was not quite as great as I understand it.
I don't care. This I liked.
Yeah. But the Roman Reigns ends up winning.
Which was the right call.
It was the right call.
I wouldn't have been mad about Edge winning.
Yeah, you said that a lot during the match, and I was like, I don't know, fam. This is Roman Reigns. This is the best fucking... Don't take that from him now.
I didn't want him to win, but if they had Edge go over for, like, the big babyface win, for, like, his last run, get him to the nice even 12 championships, give him a nice final run, an actual someone at the end of their career, not Kofi, who still has a couple years left at least, triumphant run, I'd be alright. I'd have been alright with it. I'd have been alright with it. They didn't do that, and I'm happy about it.
There was interference attempted from the Usos, but Ray and Dominic came out and were like, no.
Yeah, as they were sliding into the ring, Ray and Dominic came out and unslid them and then fought them into the back. Which, I think, is the biggest part of what made it feel like an early 2000s main event. Because
yeah, the babyface save.
The babyfaces exist in, like, a connected universe like the heels do.
Yeah.
As opposed to their own individual solo films.
And Roman tried to use the bit of the chair to choke out Edge.
Did not succeed.
No. And then Edge, this is a matter of some debate between most of the universe and Michael Cole, locked in what I would call an STF. But Michael Cole said it was a crossface. And used a little chair thing when there's no referee around. And Roman was just like, no, I don't care for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
And then Seth Rollins showed up and hit him in the back of the head with a foot.
It was Seth's foot.
Sure.
Yeah. Seth Rollins was mad.
That Edge got the title shot and he did it because Seth Rollins' gimmick is apparently currently gigantic baby.
It's a boss baby tie-in.
It's a boss baby tie-in. Canon.
Yeah, but then there was that part after that. Seth Rollins went home. He was fine. He did his thing. I'm pretty sure nothing happened after that with Seth Rollins. He just exited the ring calmly.
Sure.
And then Roman Reigns was like, "Hey, I'm Roman Reigns, and I'm the best." I believe a direct quote again. And John Cena came out, and he looked at Roman Reigns, and he was like, "Hello, Roman Reigns. Is there something going on here? Were you busy? I'm John Cena."
I do want to shout out something that Michael Cole tried to talk over and pretend didn't happen.
God, that was so good.
But the whole internet loved, which was Edge hit Roman with the spear, was going for the cover, there's no ref. Oh no, the babyface doesn't get the 3 count because there's no ref. And the fans do their 3 count where they go 1, 2, 3 to prove that the babyface would have won if there had been a ref. At the fans' 2 count, Roman kicked out. And then Edge had to repin him.
Which I love, because he's clearly fucking out of it, Roman is. It was one of those instinctual, like, hey, give him a shoulder up. It was beautiful.
But like, apparently, I'm guessing it wasn't in the script because Pat, whoever the fuck, tried to shout it out, and Michael Cole talked literally right over the middle of his sentence with, "Nuh-uh, that didn't happen. Shut up. Do not believe the evidence of your eyes. Believe only what the party tells you."
There is no kick out in busing, say.
Oh, everything's better when nerds talk about it.